Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Saturday the 15th of February 2025. Today's Millwall news today was Matchday, home game against West Brom, and it's another result that I predicted correctly. 1-1 draw, no surprise really. I think I can understand why West Brom haven't won an away game in 11 games now. They have a pink kit. Ooh, they got a pink kit. A point each for Millwall and West Bromwich Albion. This is from millwallfc.co.uk, the club's official website, and this is the match report from today's game. Millwall and West Bromwich Albion drew 1-1 at the Den in the Sky Bet Championship on Saturday afternoon. Jake Cooper put the Lions in front in SC16, but an own goal by... Again. Ensured a share of the spoils for the Baggies. Head coach Alex Neil made two changes for the visit of the Baggies, with Femi Aziz and Billy Mitchell coming into the lineup at the expense of Camille Negley and George Saville, who both dropped to the substitutes bench, which included the return of Idomu Imaku. Kickoff was delayed by 15 minutes due to travel congestion in the local area, meaning the action began at 3:15. The first chance went the way of the visitors, but after Adam Armstrong worked his way to the edge of the box, his effort was saved by Lucas Jensen. With 3 minutes on the clock, Brian's in-swinging free kick was met by the header Cooper, but the Millwall captain headed onto the roof of the net. A couple of minutes later, Brian won possession back on the halfway line and drove towards the byline. His cross was done by Luke Cundall and left for Casper Nor, only for the Belgian to strike wide. Aziz, back in the lineup after starting as a substitute at Home Park on Wednesday, flashed an attempt inches wide of the far post on 11 minutes, but with 19 minutes played, the Lions were in front. After former Lion Callum Stiles' apparent handball went unpunished, the ball was recycled out to Aziz, who curled in a beautiful cross for Cooper to head beyond Joe Wildsmith. However, 7 minutes later, with their first foray into the Millwall penalty area since the early stages, Albion equalised as a cross was deflected into his own net by Joe Bryan. Maybe we should play him up front. He's got two goals, two own goals in a week. Oh man, can you bloody hell? Is he okay? Should someone check on him? The Lions then had goal line technology to thank as a strike cannoned off the crossbar onto the line and away from dangers. Millwall were rocking following the concession, but no further action before the break ensured the scores were level going into half time. That wasn't on the line. That was nowhere near the line. What happened was Billy Mitchell headed it like. He tried to head it out. Like it was a shot that came in. Billy Mitchell instinctively moved his head up, trying to head it away. He would get a bit of luck. Got very lucky in this game. He got a bit of luck. He hits the underside of the crossbar and it comes back out. If the ball hits the crossbar is round, so that if it hits it in a certain place, it will either go in or go out. So if it hit it by crossing the line, it would have then gone in, because that's how cylinders work. That's how cylinders work. It didn't cross the line, otherwise it would have rebounded into the net instead of rebounding away. So don't know who thought that was in. But no further action before the break ensured the scores were level going into half time. 5 minutes into the second half, there was action at both ends. Firstly, Armstrong looked to fire towards Jensen, but was blocked by Japhet Tanganga before Aziz's cross eventually found its way to Tristan Kramer at the back post, with the Frenchman ballooning an effort over. Another Aziz cross then had Wildsmith scrambling to tip over, with the resulting corner seeing Cooper's header destined for the back of the net. guided over by the goalkeeper, before Tanganga's goal-bound header was again stopped by an inspired Wildsmith. The visitors took hold of the game around the hour mark, with the Lions unable to gain control of the ball for periods, a move that saw Neil replace Aaron Connolly with Negley for his then debut. The Algerian was straight into the action as he looked to head across home, only to see the ball skew off his head and wide. With Kramer's cross then finding him again on 73 minutes, but he nodded straight at Wildsmith. Saville and George Honeyman, the two Georges, were brought on to freshen up the midfield with 15 minutes to play, with the next action seeing a cross put back into the mix by Cooper, as Negley's jump wasn't enough to head the ball over the line. The Lions' record signing was yet again involved with 7 minutes to play as he drew a save from Wildsmith before the personal battle continued 3 minutes later as Wildsmith spilled Negley's block, Cundall unable to round the stopper on the rebound. Yeah, I mean, should he have just hit it? I don't think there was room for him to hit it. He tried to take it. It was instinctive, like it comes right at you, and you've got to deal. Like you don't have time to think. And he just couldn't. It just didn't work. I mean, it was. So we did have a bit of luck, in terms of we were lucky. It's funny to say that, seeing as we conceded an own goal, but we were lucky defensively at times, so we were unlucky in front of goal, in front of their goal. An outstanding block from Brian then prevented Jason Malumbi from testing Jensen, with more Millwall crosses into the box being cleared away by the West Brom defence as the 90-minute mark neared. John Swift, on as a Baggy substitute, struck wide seconds into 4 minutes of stoppage time, with the final action of a frustrating second half scene as this is flicked on. As this is something that they haven't put here, as this is pass flicked on by Mihajlo Ivanovic and knocked wide by Kramer. Yeah, I mean, Cooper scored, but I mean, that was like his third best chance. Like the first, it was clearly that they decided, like, I don't know if they know that West Brom have got problems with defending set pieces against tall people heading the ball, because he had the first 3 golden chances for Millwall. The first one, he headed over the bar. They said it hit the roof of the net. Maybe it did. I didn't see that. The second one went right to the right, and the third one was in the goal. I mean, blimey, they were all like, they were kind of free headers in a way. Like he could have scored any number of them. He only got one of them. We had the Cundall stuff as well. Negley looked good when he came on. Aziz was fantastic. Billy Mitchell wasn't that bad. Like Billy Mitchell, I think he's got the legs that George Saville doesn't. Like he can move around the pitch. Joe Bryan, I mean, he's scored another own goal. Not really much you can do about that. I mean, maybe we should play him up front. I mean, maybe. Has anyone tried to do that? If you play him up front, but get him to play as defender for the opposition, that would kind of screw with people's minds. That would be a weird tactical thing. Because what would the opposition do if your player is tackling your player? What would they do? Then they just look at each other like the world's gone mad. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's have a look at the team. The team was as follows: Jensen, Kramer, Tanganga, Cooper, Bryan, Denor, Mitchell, Connolly, Cundall, Aziz, Ivanovic. The subs bench was Wallace, Roberts, Watmore, Imaku, Saville, Bangora, Williams, Honeyman, Harding and Negley. And the subs that got used, 3 of them: Honeyman on for Denor in the 75th minute, Saville on for Mitchell in the 75th minute, and Negley on for Connolly in the 64th minute. So no wholesale changes before the start of the game, even though, heavy defeat away at Plymouth. Only the 2 changes, and then during the game, only the 3 changes. Not going crazy. Changed both of the central midfielders, which is interesting, and changed Connolly. Connolly did okay. Connolly was the outball. Connolly got the ball, and he would run forward with the ball and shield it, and he would get fouled, And I think that's how some of Cooper's chances came to be, from like fouls, free kicks from fouls that were Connolly was fouled. So very important stuff that Connolly was doing in a way. Now let's have a look at this. This is pictures from the game. Saturday afternoon at the Den. Yeah, 3:00 kickoff. Well, not 3:00 kickoff. 3:15 kickoff. A blast to the past. 3:15. Remember that? If you do, you are very old, because that was before my time. That's Cooper there scoring. Yep, there he goes. Been a while. Are there still people who do him as first goal scorer? So it's been a while since he scored it. There you go. That is not the own goal with Brian. It's very feisty as well. But yeah, the pink kit. I mean, yeah, man, no wonder they ain't won an away game in 11. Pink kit. What is that about? This was the one. So it comes back out to Condor and he tries to go round him. And then he kind of gets tackled. I don't know if he was playing for the penalty, but I don't think he was. Just didn't get it. I didn't realise Callum Stiles was playing for them at the moment, but yeah, he is. And Jason Malumbi as well. And Jed Wallace, so that was fun. Now, moving on to this. Some post-match comments. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Millwall boss. It was important we produced a positive reaction to bad loss at Plymouth Argyle. Millwall head coach Alex Neil felt his players produced a reaction to their midweek mauling at Plymouth Argyle in today's 1-1 home draw against West Bromwich Albion. Jake Cooper scored his third goal of the season to put the Lions into an early lead in SC16, but Darnell Furlong's cross clipped off the leg of Millwall left-back Joe Bryan to wipe out that advantage before the interval. Oh yeah, bad that goal. So it was unlucky in terms of Bryan, but again, I believe, so we had a free kick. Joe Bryan goes up to take it. He takes it. It doesn't beat the... No, he takes it and it goes straight to the goalkeeper. And then the goalkeeper throws it out to signal to start off a counter-attack. See, everyone's out of position. Joe Bryan's out of position. They go down where Joe Bryan was. So I don't know if that was a pre-programmed thing that, like, if Joe Bryan takes the free kick, if we counter, go down that side. But then you've got, who came over? Was it Denor? And Aziz came over to the left to try and close the guy down. Joe Bryan's obviously run back. He's in the centre-back position. He's in the middle. The ball gets whipped in, and it hits Joe Bryan and goes in. So that's where that came from as well. So you could say, if he took a better free kick, he wouldn't have conceded an own goal. So it was unlucky to some extent, but in another way, take a better free kick. Neil, while frustrated that other chances were not taken to take maximum points, could see far more to like from the display today than a shock-heavy loss in Devon. I think it's important we played well, said the Scot. It was important after a bad defeat, the manner in which it happened did not become anything more than that, if that makes sense. Because what you can do is you can chalk it off as a freak result, and we were 2-0 down after 9 minutes. How often does that happen? Then we end up having 65% of the ball because they sit in. And that's never been our strength, we're still quite far away from breaking down those type of teams down. But today, our use of the ball was excellent, but it's excellent when it's against a team where they want to play and we want to play, and that's different because the game's quite open. When you just want to break someone down and they're hitting on the counter, then the big spaces behind us aren't quite where we're at our strongest, really. I understand that after the match that what needed fixing, and it wasn't difficult to fix. Today we fixed it and the players performed very well, very, very well. I thought we played quite well today, to be fair. And again, this is a team that's in the 6th position. And they've drawn the most games in the league, and it's no surprise why, because in the 39th minute they were doing a bit of time wasting. It's like, I think Tony Mowbray's a bit old school. He's one of them. Instead of setting targets and saying, "Oh, this is a winnable game, this one," he's like, home games, let's win them. Away games, let's draw them. He's one of them. So, it is what it is. Moving on to this, also from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Millwall boss 5-minute spell proved so costly, we should have beaten West Brom. Well, yeah. Alex Neil was left to rue a 5-minute first half spell in Mill's 1-1 home draw against West Bromwich Albion today at the Den. Femi Aziz arrowed a shot narrowly wide of the right post before Jake Cooper put the host ahead. It was Aziz who supplied the cross moments after home appeals for a handball in the box. The quality on the delivery meant it only needed a strong connection from close range, and the captain Cooper duly obliged for his third goal of the season. Millwall produced a strong opening 25 minutes of front-footed play, so West Brom's equaliser came as a bit of a shock. Darnell Furlong's low ball came in off the luckless Joe Bryan and internet. It was a former Fulham defender's second own goal in the space of 4 days, but Bryan had a strong performance, completely nullifying former Lions winger Jed Wallace, as well as producing one excellent penalty box challenge on Jason Malumbi. That was good. That was good from old Joe Bryan there, after Japhet Tanganga had given the ball away. Grady Dean Garner struck the underside of the crossbars. Mill slept on a short corner. Mill controlled long stretches of the second half, but could not find the finishing touch. Tristan Crammer blazed over at the back post from another tasty as his delivery, and Luke Cundall was unable to punish the Baggies keeper Joe Wildsmith for only parrying out Camille Negley's shot. Negley, a club record signing from Sparta. This is Sparta! Rotterdam in the winter window, was denied by Wildsmith's instinctive pushover. Wildsmith was produced a one-handed save to prevent Cooper doubling his tally. The Lions are unbeaten in their last 8 league matches against West Brom, winning 2 and drawing 6. Asked about there being costly 2-minute wobble, which hurt his side, Neil said, "Oh yeah, I agree with that. I think that's fair. When I described it to the players, I probably said 5 minutes instead of 2, so I took a wee bit more away from them. We started the game really well, we deserved a goal. It was just a 5-minute spell. It starts with a free kick, and we put it straight into the keeper's hands. Like I said, I told you, They break down the right, and we don't cover the space, which we should do, And we end up bundling the ball into our own net, and I've ended up thinking, really? Are you fucking kidding me? It was based on nothing, there was nothing really happening in the game, and there was no tactical element to it. And there was probably a little bit of a lack of confidence at that point, and the crowd started to groan a little bit, and I think I see what we see, what have you just done? Why? And why have you let the game drift and you don't need to? It was a frustration. But we set them down at half-time, and although they played really well, I was probably more focused on the part that we didn't do well, and I asked them, to get out in the second half and to try and fix it, as play as well as you can. And they did for large parts of the first half. They did that, and probably even more. We had 3 or 4 really good chances in the last 15 minutes to force the game. It was starting to dwindle a little bit in terms of energy, and the 2 lads came on, the George and George, and they changed it in our favour. And they showed their energy, they landed on things and it worked out wide. We gained a bit of momentum off that, and the crowd got behind us. Out of the 4, maybe 5 opportunities, you hope to take at least one of them. They deserved it, and when we'd be talking about a really good performance and a really good win, and we're still talking about a really good performance, but just a little bit unfortunate we didn't manage to get across the line. Brian's own goal saw Furlong's cross come off his standing leg and roll into Lucas Jensen's net. Asked about a tackle on Malumbi, Neil said, "I'm glad you said that, because that was going to be my next rebuttal. For that little bit you do, and you think, yeah, you're better than that, and we know he's better than that, and the next thing is he makes basically a game-saving challenge at the end coming across. Players go out and do their best every game, don't you? You go out with your most motivation and determination to do well for your team, and sometimes things transpire that you can't really affect that much. What I said to Joe is, I don't mind the one you clip into the keeper's hands. That can happen to anyone, but then we need to recover after that. Get back behind the ball and reset and do it next action well. And sometimes players maybe get a little bit of a hard time, unfortunately, when I don't think they deserve them. He definitely redeemed himself with that tackle late in the game for us. Indeed. And he had a good game, apart from, putting a free kick in the keeper's hands and then not chasing back to cover the quick counter. But apart from that, did very well. Now, some team news. Why are certain players not around? We basically still have only one centre forward, really. We've seen Coburn training, but I guess they are literally easing him back, bit by bit. Hopefully, get him into training where he can train, and then he can come back into the team. But at the moment, Ivanovic is being flogged into the ground, really, because Langstaff's not involved as well. So what's that about? Well, we're going to find out, because Alex Neil's going to tell us, and this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Again, Mill boss addresses Macaulay Langstaff's squad absence and some transfer window signings falling into a different category. Yeah, a lot of fans like, where's this guy? Where's he? Why is he not there? Where's the little kid from Brighton? Where's he? He's signed to go into the under-21s. He played for the under-21s the other day in their last game. Matthews played in the under-21s, got injured. Some of them are first team ready, and some ain't. Alex Neil says that some of the younger players that Mill signed in the winter transfer window are not first team ready yet. The Lions signed left-back Zach Sturge on loan from Chelsea and completed a permanent deal for Benicio Baker, but neither of them are featured in matchday squads. Summer edition Macaulay Langstaff was also absent for today's 1-1 draw against West Bromwich Albion at the Den. Langstaff has scored once in 28 championship appearances for Millwall, with 14 of those starts. He's not been in the matchday squad since a 2-1 win over QPR at the start of February. Macaulay's not available at the moment. He didn't get left out, he's still injured. The difficulty I've got with Zach is, he played limited football. Benny's played limited football. And these boys fall into a little bit of a different black at the moment. We need to build them up so they're ready. People say, why don't you play him? Okay, who am I taking out then? And then that's what the question sort of starts to change, because, I don't need to take anybody out, but I'll still play him. Okay, I can't play 35 players. Middlesbrough loanee Josh Coburn has been out since suffering a broken bone in his foot at Oxford United at the end of November. Well, he wasn't quite ready for today, I'm very hopeful he might be ready for Preston. If not Preston, it'll definitely be the next one, provided things go as they've done. So that would be Derby away. That'd be a good one. So it looks like Coburn nearly back. Langstaff, he's injured. And the other lads, they're there just in case, I imagine. Like, in case we get injuries. Like, if we get injuries, they'll come in. But if it's a choice between them and someone else, it's going to be someone else. Who, like he says, who am I leaving out? Exactly. Now, the kickoff today was delayed. Millwall versus West Bromwich Albion, kickoff delayed. Kickoff for Millwall Sky Bet Championship meeting with West Bromwich Albion has been pushed back by 15 minutes. This is due to travel congestion in the local area. The match will now kick off at 3:15 p.m. This was put up at 3 o'clock. But was it local congestion? Or was it something else? Before the game, Mill Tickets Twitter account. So Mill have various accounts on Twitter that are connected in some way. They got the main one, the Mill FC one. Then they got the Mill Academy. They got Mill Tickets. There's some other thing, Mill Community Trust, something like that. I don't know. They got a few. The Mill Tickets website said that they're going to be checking tickets because naughty boys have been trying to sneak in using kids' tickets, and they're doing it now. But I'm showing you this. This is from, what is this from? Oh yeah, this is from the minutes from the meeting between Millwall Football Club and Millwall Supporters Club that took place, I think, 2 weeks ago. It's a little snippet about what's going on. But I'll show you the whole thing tomorrow. We'll go through it tomorrow, because I don't think there'll be much news tomorrow. So we'll have a right old look through it. If you can't wait till tomorrow, go to Millwall Supporters Club's website and go to, I think it's news. It's up there. It's the first bit of news. So what I want to mention is the one in the middle. This one here. MFC, Millwall Football Club, has mentioned there has been a number of incidents where adults have been trying to get in using children's tickets or children's season tickets for both the midweek game with Cardiff City and the game with QPR as examples. One turnstile in the East Stand, the Dockers, had a number of attempts in the double figures. Woo! So what's that? That's anywhere between 10 and 99. That's thanks for narrowing it down. They're only an error margin of 80. This caused confrontation with the stewards, aggressive challenging, and delays for other fans who are waiting to get in. Although both Millwall Football Club and the Millwall Supporters Club did say we were not the only club who experiences this, both were in agreement that this isn't acceptable and can also lead to the club losing a noticeable revenue across the season as a whole. This will be, I don't know, I think is it block 18 or block 19? You see them up in the corner, they run up and down the stairs and stuff, like they don't sit down. I could understand why they want to use children's tickets, because they basically act like children. I mean, it's teenage boys from about, 14, 15, all the way up to like 22, 23. And I think it's them who are doing this, and, it's what they do, they try and get away with things like this, and, that's how they do it, and that's what they want to do, and it's up to the club to stop them. So if you go in those stands, if you have to go through these turnstiles, you're the one who's going to get, you're going to have to deal with that, because you're going to be the one sat outside. You might miss the start of the game because you got 23-year-olds coming in with their 14, 15-year-old friends, like groups of them, all about like 20 of them all together, trying to get in on kids' tickets. Which, it is what it is, but so they did announce that. So obviously people will they announced that this morning, and then people put two and two together. But you know what? I don't think they would they? I don't think they would. Like, we've had situations before. Was it at the start of the season? Although I think it might maybe like it's up to the ref to do this, isn't it? I think it's up to them. Or is it the league official? Do they still have a league official at every game? It's up to them to if they want to delay the game. The club can't say, "Oh yeah, we're delaying the game," and the ref can say, "Yeah, the fuck you are," probably because he wants to get home, But we've had situations in the past where turnstiles, there's queues going out of turnstiles, and the game wasn't delayed. No one gives a shit. So maybe it was the traffic. I don't know, but there you go. Maybe the ref was late. I don't know. But there you go. That happened today. Fun and games. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll go through the meetings from that meeting. Now, today, this weekend's round of fixtures started on Friday. Happy Valentine's Day for Queen's Park Rangers as they beat Derby County 4-0. We're playing Derby next week. Although, sod's law, they got a new manager now, and this is his first game in charge. So he might have a few things to talk about. Interesting one, Preston nil, Burnley nil. Obviously Burnley's defence still holding up, and another draw for them. Preston have a bit of a lunatic playing for them, a Montenegrin. Should be careful what I say. Apparently he gave a bit of the old racist patter to the dreadlocked Burnley player. Is it Hannibal Madrilli or something? And that's been a situation. So we're playing them on Tuesday, so I don't know if that's going to go through in time for him to get suspended for that. But we wait to see. But yeah, that should be fun. I wonder if the news about that's going to be plastered all over BBC Talksport, BBC Radio 5 and all of that. Or is it just when Millwall, they talk about Millwall when that happens, Preston, they don't bother. We'll see, no one likes us, we don't care, you know what I mean. Oxford 0, Portsmouth 2, Gary Rout's Oxford. Not doing too well lately. Lost at home, oh dear. Cardiff 1, Bristol City 1, Stoke 3, Swansea 1, Millwall 1, West Bromwich Albion 1, Blackburn Rovers 2, Plymouth Zilch 0, Hull 1, Norwich 1, Luton 0, Sheffield United 1, Middlesbrough 0, Watford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 2, and there's a game on Monday between Leeds and Sunderland. I'm sure we're all cheering on Sunderland in that one. So what that does, it leaves the table looking like this, and we're still in 14th place. But we had the 3 wins and we caught up to these teams in the top half of the table, and now we're back down. We're back to being the best of the rest. We're in 14th place on 41 points. We are level with Preston, who we're playing on Tuesday away. We got the same amount of points. We're ahead of them on goal difference of 3 goals. So, big game coming up in some respects. Although, we only need 3 more wins, really. I mean, I think we'd rather get the 3 wins in the league and then progress in the cup. That would be nice in terms of the fans, having not had a cup run under the erstwhile Gary Rowett for a number of years, and extra revenue for the club. Even though they've just sold 2 players for a lot of money in terms of Essay and Fleming, extra cup money from the cup run. Yes, please. Trip to Wembley. We've got to win up against Palace and then win the quarter-final. We'll get a trip to Wembley, although, like I said before, it probably won't be long before all the fucking quarter-finals at Wembley as well. Like, why not? Or what they'll do, maybe they'll put them some other clubs, like play them at Old Trafford and Villa Park like they used to with the semi-finals, and then all the semi-finals will be at Wembley. Would not surprise me. So, yeah, we're playing them now. We're playing them in the next game. And as Oxford, we're 3 points ahead of Oxford, and we're 3 points behind Queen's Park Rangers, so we're literally stuck back in no man's land. Oh, what are we doing? Are we looking down to the relegation, or are we looking up to the playoffs? If we win against Preston, it will just get us away from Preston, but we can't really catch up to Queen's Park Rangers. What we can, I guess, I don't know, we need them to lose, but I mean, we still do have a game in hand of them. We've got a game in hand on QPR, Norwich, Watford, Sheffield Wednesday, Bristol City, so there is that. We're now 110, drawn 11, lost 11, so 32 goals scored, 33 conceded. So if we beat Preston 1-0, that will equally balance out. I think my TISM is showing. So if we beat Preston 1-0, we would have played 33 games, we would have won 11, drawn 11, lost 11, we would have scored 33 goals, and we would have conceded 33 goals. Wow. We should do that. Let's do that. Can we make sure that happens? I mean, look, we need to win another 4 in a row to even jump up here, and we need another. We're not going to go down here, but it would be funny if you look at Oxford. So after the great start that Gary Rowett had there, they haven't won a game in 5, and you would think they're not assured yet. They have to get to that 50-point mark. It would be funny if they got relegated. Not that I don't have anything against Gary Rowett. He's a decent manager. He did all right for us, apart from that Blackburn game. But I mean, it would be funny, wouldn't it? It'd be hilarious. So we've got Preston on Tuesday. We've got Derby next Saturday. They've given us extra tickets, which is nice. So, next couple of games should be okay. Just a special mention, obviously, today's opponents, West Brom. That's their 15th draw of the season. They've drawn the most games of the league. That's nearly half their games they've drawn. They played 33, they've drawn 15. And they are still in 6th place. They are hanging on. Still. They're now 3 points behind Blackburn Rovers, but all of these teams are queuing up to get, and they haven't been able to get above them because they've got this plus 11 goal difference. So anytime a team has to get an extra point more than them, and you've got Coventry on 47, Bristol City on 46, Sheffield Wednesday 45, Watford 45, Middlesbrough have slid down the table. They've won one game in 6. They've lost their other 5. They're now on 44, along with Norwich and QPR. What a funny old league this is, eh? What a funny old league. So, we may be 14th in this league, but we are top of another league. Have you seen this story? Well, I'm going to show you. This is from the dailymail.co.uk. It looks a bit weird, but don't worry, it is the Daily Mail. I just had to do this to get rid of all these bloody fucking adverts that the Daily Mail do. Absolutely ridiculous. Revealed, a Championship club charges more than any other Premier League side to be a mascot, and the top flight teams who offer the ultimate matchday experience for free. Millwall are top of the league, but which one? Sadly for fans of the club sitting 14th in the Championship, it's the cost of mascot experiences table, rather than their side being on the cusp of promotion to the Premier League. Despite their last campaign in the top division being in the 1989-90 season, it has not stopped the Lions charging their young fans the most in the top 2 flights of English football. The opportunity to walk out with a team for a weekend game at the Den will set supporters back £400. Whoa! Now, did you see the qualifier there? For the weekend game. So that suggests it's cheaper for the midweek game. So what do you get for an experience that costs £30 more than Mill's cheapest adult season ticket that was priced at for this season? Well, you get a home kit, you get free as in free to number match tickets, and the opportunity to meet the players before the game and a training session with a junior team coach. So it's a whole package. So are you comparing like with like? Are you comparing oranges and oranges? Or are you comparing oranges and lemons? Do other clubs do this? Obviously, it's a lot of member, but it's a lot of money. But you're getting a kit. How much is a kid's kit these days? 50, 60 quid? You're getting free match tickets, so presumably that's one for the kid. I guess they have to have a seat. So I guess it's one for the kid and two for adults. So one for each parent, I guess. So that's, what's an adult ticket? 30 quid. So that's 60 quid for 2 of them, and then the kids one, let's say 10 quid, 15 quid. So that's 75 quid. So add that to the kit, that's 125. So it's still, if you take it off, it's still nearly 300. Just under 275. So it is a lot. The price it costs for being a matchday mascot at each Premier League club has been revealed. There are only 4 Premier League clubs that charge for the experience of being a mascot. Championship side Mill had the most expensive mascot package across English football. So here we go. They do say it's a package. And if you think that sounds like a bargain, then Alex Neil's side, who are in their 8th consecutive season in the Championship, offer a £50 discount for midweek games. So it's 350 quid for midweek games. The second most expensive package in football belongs to a side that have been flirting with the prospect of joining Millwall in the Championship next season, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Vitor Pereira was appointed in December with the club 19th for 5 points from safety, but he's lifted his side out of the relegation zone, opening up a 2-point gap over Leicester City. Despite the struggles on the pitch, young Wolves fans pay the most in the Premier League for a mascot experience, with packages starting at $2.90 and rising to $3.95. Those prepared to pay the prices get the opportunity to walk out alongside Pereira side at Molineux, while some bundles include 2 adult and 2 junior tickets. So that's even more tickets. That's an extra ticket. The West Midlands-based side are one of just 4 Premier League clubs who charge for the experience, with local rivals Aston Villa making it free this season. Last year, Villa charged £524 for Category B matches and an extortionate £569 for Category A games, which included fixtures against the traditional Big Six, Newcastle and Wolves. The privilege of walking out alongside Unai Emery's men is now restricted to their rewards programme. Children and military Aston Villa supporters, local school children, and children and siblings from the charity partners. Wolves fans pay the most in the Premier League for a mascot experience, with packages ranging from $2.90 to $3.95, and this with the second most expensive price in English football. Aston Villa used to charge up a whopping £569 to be a mascot, but is now free this season. Yeah, you've just said that. Why are you repeating yourselves? AFC Bournemouth also made their mascot experience free for this season, an opportunity which cost £300 last year. Well, these clubs in the Premier League, they've got vast sums of money. We aren't. We need that money. Like, the club have been auctioning off shirts for a lot of games this season, and it's quite clear that money's going back into the club to fund people's salaries and stuff. So, every little helps, The club doesn't make any money. The club loses money. And you're not allowed to lose money. It's literally against the rules of football. They pass all these rules. You're only allowed to lose, £13 million a season or something? Which means, so forever how much money you bring in, gross income, was it gross income, I guess you call it? Your costs. So let's say we bring in £10 million. We can spend 10 million, then we can spend another 30 million, meaning we lose 30 million. So we can spend 23. This is how it has to be. We don't have the money. We need to get the money. Where are we going to get the money? Sell mascot packages. It leaves Brighton and Hove Albion, Ipswich Town and West Ham United as the only other top division sides who charge for the experience. The Seagulls offer a captain's package at £340, which includes free tickets, as in, again, the number 3 tickets, and a pitchside pre-game warm-up with the club mascot Gully the Seagull. Brighton supporters wanting to save £100 can opt out for the standard package with just 2 tickets and without a pre-match photo in the centre circle with captains and officials. What? That's a bit... what's the point of that then? That's worse. So you're charging £100 to get the photo, but I guess that's official. Are you going to let the parents take a photo? Or are you going to, no, you're not allowed to take a photo, no photos for you? That's just weird, man. That's just weird. The Tractor Boys charge £250 for every game with 2 tickets and a penalty shootout amongst benefits as those successful in a ballot. So it's balloted, but they charge you still. So you can't, I guess did they only do 1 per game? Maybe they only do 1 per game. At the London Stadium, prices range from £175 to £375, which includes 2 tickets and the introduction to first-team players. Although other Premier League sides do not charge for mascot experience, the club often impose requirements or use them to make charitable contributions. Okay. For example, at Brentford, it's free for junior season ticket holders aged between 6 and 12. Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure Mill do that as well. I think they do select one mascot from the junior lions. Do they still do that? Maybe they don't. Maybe they stopped doing it. I think at the start of the season, when you fill in your junior lions application, there's 2 boxes to tick. Like, would you be interested in being a mascot? If you want to go in the draw for that, and are you interested in being a ball boy or a ball girl? And you tick that, and then they select you for that as well. But then you have to buy a ticket to go. But then that encourages, like, your parents have to buy a ticket to go and take you to the game. So even then, it's like, you don't get a free ticket for that. And then they got this thing here. that you can see. So, and apparently all this data has come from OLBG, which is online betting guide. But when I clicked on that to find it, there's nowhere to be seen. And there's a thing here. What did they say? So, West Ham joined Wolves, Brighton, and Ipswich as the other top flights to charge. And then there's this stupid thing here. But children have to buy and wear their latest home kit, which typically retails on their website at £73. So they don't charge you, but you have to buy a kit. Well, ka-ching, you know what I mean? At Old Trafford, the Manchester United Foundation is responsible for allocating mascot experience places, although their waiting list is currently closed due to high demand. They typically try to offer them to children aged between 7 and 13 with long-term or terminal illness as well. I mean, that's nice, isn't it? No wonder Man United ain't doing too well. You got fucking some kid turning up with fucking typhus, fucking spreading germs around. Or children that attend the foundation's schools and projects. Moving down to a division in the Championship, there are 9 clubs offering a paid mascot experience for this season. Sheffield United, Middlesbrough and QPR all charge £350, which is, as we've just seen, that's the same as our midweek rate, with a varying number of complimentary tickets included in the eye-watering cost. There are 2 included at Bramwell Lane, 3 at Riverside and 4 for those attending Loftus Road, which is a lot because Loftus Road ain't got that many seats. QPR even offer a deal with 2 mascot experience packages available for £450. So it's you buy one, you get one half price. Bog off, you buy one, you get one free. Championship playoff hopefuls Blackburn Rovers and Bristol City and Norwich all charge in excess of £200 per game. The list of fee-paying mascot experiences is complete by Sunderland, who charge £185, and West Bromwich Albion at £150. Despite the cost, the high demand amongst fans has led to the Black Hats to close their waiting list until the 28-29 season. Packages for the Baggies supporters have also sold out for the rest of the campaign. Exactly. You can see here, it looks like most of the clubs in the Championship do it. Most of the ones in the Premier League don't charge for it. And, they try to charge for it. If people pay it, they'll keep charging for it. If they don't pay it, they'll stop doing it. Simple as. But they do it. But, we're getting dug out because ours is the most expensive in the whole top 2 divisions. But, whatever. Now, this popped up this morning. I don't know what this is about. I think it's just more fucking nonsense. This is from footballleagueworld.co.uk. You know them. You love them, and here they are. West Ham and Wolves are monitoring Millman ahead of summer transfer window. So that's the Wolves that were going to sign him in the January transfer window, but didn't even make an offer, yeah? Cool. West Ham and Wolves are among the clubs keeping tabs on Millwall's Japhet Tanganga ahead of the summer transfer window. 25-year-old joined the Lions on an initial loan in January 2024. He played a big role in ensuring the Londoners avoided a relegation battle after Neil Harris's appointment last season. Tanganga has gone from strength to strength in the current campaign, starring for Millwall in what has been an inconsistent season so far for the side. Well, I would say, however good Tanganga has been, I think he does have probably one per game, a bit of a ricket in him, and you saw it today, and he got saved by Joe Bryan. In the Premier League, I would imagine you can't have that kind of laissez-faire attitude to defending. I think you need to be a bit more robust. Now, I would say, in some teams in the Premier League, if you're one of 3 centre-backs, that probably helps you out to some extent. And I would say if you're surrounded by better players, that would certainly, help you out as well. But he does every now and then look a bit shaky, and he's got the skill and the talent to get himself out of it most times. He does recover well when he does make a mistake. But I would imagine any scouts looking at that would be like, ooh. I don't think they would risk it, to be honest. So that's probably why he hasn't moved on yet, and no offers came in January. But we wait to see. Now, What did they say? Blah, blah, blah. Give Me Sport revealed there are several clubs preparing to keep tabs on Tanganga over the next few months. The report suggests Wolves' interest could be the strongest, with the Midlands outfit still looking at the player even though he didn't join in the recent window. It's said that Wanderers are expected to send a scout to watch Tanganga when Millwall face Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. Elsewhere, they claim that West Ham, Ipswich and Southampton have identified the player as a potential recruit. Of course, the move to the Hammers would be the most controversial given Millwall's bit of rivalry with the club. And then they say he's capable of playing in the Premier League, yada, yada, yada. So again, now it was interesting. I'm not sure about this, but I think I might be true. Tanganga did post-match with Mill TV today. Gave an interview after the game. So that's interesting. I think is it the first one he's done so far this season? If it isn't, my mistake, my bad. But it is interesting if he's obviously, he wants to play in the Premier League. He wants the money. He wants the prestige. Oh, everyone does, they all do. Especially if they've got the talent to do it. Like, it's alright if you're Joe Bryan and you want to play in the Premier League, but hey, if you're Tanganga or Romain Esse, or maybe even Aaron Connolly to some extent, certain players, they know that they're good enough to play in the Premier League. And why would you not want to do that? That's where the money is. That's where the fame is, you're going to get the sticker book. You know what I mean? All of that stuff. You get to film the silly walkout for the Sky Sports animation. So yeah, it looks like Tanganga's off in the summer. They're probably gearing up to try and engineer something. He's coming out doing interviews after the game and getting himself out there. And whoever's put this story out there as well, whether that's the agent or Gallen or whoever. And it's quite clear, they brought Kramer in. Like, Kramer came in. He's not a right back. He came in to play at centre back. So he's come in. Was that to potentially replace Tanganga if he left? Well, he didn't leave, so Kramer's here and Tanganga's here. But if he leaves in the summer, we've got Kramer ready to go. Maybe, why not? But, yeah, there you go. That's it. We've done. We're finished. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.